good looking at first.
You can be right.
There it is. You do hear that thing every single time. That's how the fish be.
Excuse me. Oh shit, this is our. Fuck. How we doing?
Hey Max, between the continuity of the personnel carrying over from last year to this year, including a bunch of starters, and Patrick Graham now in year 3 of his system, do you guys feel like you're at a different starting point compared to maybe years past?
You know, I feel like every year, you know, you have a lot of excitement, anticipation, things like that. It's, at the end of the day, it's just about discipline. You know, motivation can only take you so far. We got to get disciplined and get better every day. So if we have that mindset and let that bleed through the team, that's what I'm focused on. That's what guys like Christian, guys like Aiden, you know, the leaders, stepping up. You know, Spill as well. Like all those guys are, you know, pushing their rooms, and everybody's trying to get, you know, to the best possible level they can get to. So that's our main focus right now.
Max, at all your years here with the Raiders, how does this team, does it feel like it's farther ahead? Does it feel like it's, you know, it's got something that maybe some others didn't?
Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, it's just, you can't get too caught up in the hype, the noise, the things like that. We've been in preseason Super Bowl contenders, and also preseason we're going to lose every game. So all that shit doesn't matter. You know, we just got to be ourselves, focus on what's most important, and that's the work, the process. You know, working even when you don't feel great. That's what it's really about, because right now everybody's healthy, everyone's happy, everyone's, you know, sun's bright, you know, things are smooth, you don't have games, you don't have extra media attention, so everything's rainbows and butterflies. But when the real bullets are flying, that's when you figure out who your guys are. And you know, for me, that's why I just try to stay present, because I've been in those situations many times. And we got guys that are also, you know, in that position, but we got a lot of new guys as well. So we just got to keep improving and focus on what's most important.
How much are you and Christian feeding off each other in practice? Sometimes it seems like some of the things you guys do mirror each other.
Yeah, you know, we're flying around. You know, it's you know, when you talk about constantly improving and having competition, you know, those are the type of guys you want around. You know, he works his ass off. You know, it's a guy that works. You know, I feel like I haven't had a guy like that since, you know, like Yannick. I feel like, you know, Yannick was constantly trying to compete with me and go at it. We were competing in everything, and you know, Christian kind of reminds me of him in that way. He's a worker, so I love having guys like, you know, that are like-minded around. So it's been a hell of a start so far. We got a lot of work to do, but yeah, we're just feeding off each other's energy. You know, we love football, and that's really all that matters.
There was a sequence there where you blew up a play, and then sorry about that, where you blew up a play, and then the next play he blew up a play.
Yeah.
And I mean, how good does that make you feel? Like, man, you know, like I could do it, and then all of a sudden, here's Christian do it.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, AP talked about it all the time. He's like, you don't have to be Superman, just go be yourself. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I feel like I can make every play. You know, my goal is to be the best on the planet, so I feel like I can do it all by myself. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a team sport, and we all got to do it. And when you have guys like that, you know, if you're a competitor, you want to be the one in the backfield making the play. So I love that, because we got a bunch of guys like that now, especially up front. You know, from Malcolm to Christian to Adam Butler to John Jenkins. We got a ton of guys that love to play ball, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Tyree's coming along. You know, we got more and more guys, you know, stepping up daily, and that's all you want to see.
What are you seeing on the other side of the ball, Max, in the quarterback competition between Gardner and Aiden right now?
Yeah, you know, both guys are competitors. You know, like I said, I feel like it's a common theme today, but both those guys are competitors. You know, Aiden has come a long way. Like I said, it's the off season, so you can only take everything with a grain of salt. But just seeing his maturity and seeing how, you know, he's starting to talk back, you know, talk some shit back, and I encourage it. You know what I mean? It's like that's what I want him to do. You know, the best of the best, they're ultimate competitors. The Mahomes, the back in the day, the Brady's, the Peyton Mannings, the guys like that, they were always, you know, jawing back and forth and standing up. It's, you know, at the end of the day, you show a little bit of weakness, people are going to hop all over that. So for him, seeing him, you know, kind of come back, you know, at us, it's awesome to see. And Gardner as well. You know, he's played in plenty of big games. He's always been the underdog. And at the end of the day, you know, you see him walk out the building or walk down the street, you wouldn't even know he's a football player. But when he laces it up on Sundays, you know, you can see what he can do. His numbers stack up with a lot of guys you wouldn't even expect. So, you know, those guys are gonna battle it out, and you know, the best guy, you know, is gonna win. So I'm excited to see what happens.
You know what it's like to be a young player in this league. Your defensive line has you, John, Adam, and Christian to help a Tyree and a Byron and some young guys. What does it mean for those young guys to have the maturity and mentorship that you four offer?
I think it's super important. You know, I've talked about it many times before, but when I first came in the league, I didn't have, you know, an Aaron Donald in my room, or a guy, like a guy that's done it at the highest level. And I seek, that leadership and seek, what are they doing? What's the routine? Things like that. So when you got guys like myself and Christian and Jank, dudes have done it for multiple years. As a young guy, that's like your dream. You want to come in and just soak up as much information as you possibly can. So that's what we do. Christian's working mainly with the D tackles because we're a little bit separate during like individual kind of stuff. So he's done a great job with them, and I'm leading my group, with the ends, and then we all come together and we do all our meetings together and everything. So it's just a collaborative, group. It's not like, no, this is my way or whatever. It's just like we're all learning from each other, and that's what makes our group really special.
You mentioned a few minutes ago about
going through the off season, having had the surgeries, and then coming back now, getting back up to full speed.
Yeah, it's been a hell of an off season. It started right away. We played Denver week 18, and I think a week later I got surgery on my knee, and then 2 weeks after that I had to get surgery on my thumb. So it's been a hell of a ride back. But at the end of the day, there's a bunch of different paths to get to where you want to go. And for me, it's what I've learned, just in these past 2 years. I feel like, the past year I was dealing with a knee issue, and I literally never missed practice in my whole career leading up to this past season. And I was damn near limited every single day for the whole season in practice and things like that. And I had to learn to make an adjustment because I can't just go out there and, run my knee into the ground. I had to be ready for Sunday. So it made me take a step back so I could take 3 steps forward. And I feel like that's what, this offseason was all about, having the confidence in the guys that are working with me, from, Rick Slate to Alex Guerrero to, my circle, from my agent to Tim Grover, all those type of guys, having them in my corner has been incredible because they've been in every type of situation. They've seen it all. And for me, like, my one goal is to be the best in the world, pound for pound. And I talk about it. I'm about it. I live it every single day. And, whatever street I got to travel to get to where I want to go, I'm going to do that. So I'm exhausting every single, resource I possibly have to, have the best season of my career, this year.
Max, speaking of pound for pound, I believe your favorite fighter is fighting this Saturday, Tank Davis. Will you be watching that, catching that?
Absolutely. I love Tank. Been a huge fan for a long time. The way he fights, his approach, his confidence, the way he goes in the ring, just he has no fear in his body. He goes in there and he's fully himself, and that's a guy that I love watching. You could just feel his energy. He walks into a press conference and it's like he owns the place. And those are the type of guys I look up to because they're special. They're special individuals. They do it their way. They don't try to fit in with anything. They just do what they do, and I think that's what makes him special. So yeah, I think he's going to have a huge knockout again on Saturday.
How has Rob Leonard challenged you and the rest of the guys in the defensive line room?
Yeah, Robbie's been incredible. He challenges us every day. He doesn't coach anybody. He coaches people different, but he doesn't shy away from coaching. You know what I mean? That's what I think is most important. Nowadays there's a lot of guys that are, feel like they're too big to be coached and things like that. And it's my way or no way. Rob is a guy that can relate to us. He played, Division I football. He's been around a lot of great players, and people have his, respect in our room. So, it's a collaborative, group. He walks in there, and we have the biggest D-line group I think we've ever had. We have like 18 guys or something ridiculous. Got like 4 coaches now in there, and it feels like everybody wants to be in the D-line room at all times. So it's a special group, and it starts with him. And I think he's done an incredible job, and he just pushes us in every single way and just looking. He knows what everybody wants, and you got to have real relationships with the players to be able to talk to them a certain way. And I think that's what he does a great job of doing. And yeah, for instance, like when he first got hired, like he took the time to get in a Zoom call. It was me, him, and Rob Marinelli. And like usually a coach, coaches don't do shit like that. It's like, no, this is my way. We're not. He got in a meeting with him, and we chopped it up for an hour, and we talked just football. And I thought that was super cool of him, just because it shows, like, even as a coach, he's still constantly learning. And that's why, me and Robbie have a real relationship. It's not like just coach type stuff. It's real life, and that's what I feel like, why guys respect him so much. I think Marinelli was the same exact way. It was much more than just a coach. He was you have a real relationship with guys like that.
Are you surprised, Max, with how your podcast has taken off relating to fans?
For us, the whole point of it was just to, give back and give guys not just Raiders players, but people in general, get people to share their story and, guys that have been through real adversity. And I think it's been incredible. I've done it purely out of, desire. I've wanted to do it for years and years, and I want to do it with the right people. So, I got my day one guys from Eastern Michigan. We all went to school together. We're all in each other's weddings. We're best friends. So, it's been incredible, and we're going to keep doing our thing and having fun with it. It's been a hell of a time.
Max, you mentioned Adam Butler among the players that you like in this group. You seem to develop real chemistry with him late last season. When did that click, and what did it mean to you to get him back?
I feel like, to be honest, like we had that connection right away. It started in the off season. He got here last April, I believe, and from that day on, we've been locked in. If you watch from week 1 to week 18, it improved and improved, but usually, it takes a lot more time. And a guy like him, he's a thinker. Like when you're out on the field with him, he's calling out, where they're sliding, calling out protections, things like that. And when you have a guy like that on the field, he's nothing but an asset, and he plays hard, and he's a very underrated rusher. He could win his one-on-ones as well. So I love Adam. Me and Adam have had a great connection. He's a Texas guy as well. He went to Duncanville, so our teams played each other in high school. He's a little older than me, but I've known about him for a long time. So when he got here, it was awesome. It's been special ever since.
Last one, Paul.
Max, there's been a lot of talk about potentially going to an 18-game season, even the Super Bowl stretching out to President's Day weekend. As a player, I mean, what are your thoughts, your reaction to that?
I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to keep showing up and doing what I do at the highest level. I got no control of that shit. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Max.
What's going on, y'all?
What's happening?
What up?
So how's it been? First day of mandatory minicamp. How do you feel? Like you've been doing, and you guys have kind of been developing, learning this new offense.
I mean, that's the thing right there. We're trying to learn the new offense, like you said. So, been growing pains, but it's been fun. I can say for sure. Like we've been having a lot of fun with it, trying to figure it out where we belong in it. So it's been cool.
What is the next step for you in your career? I mean, obviously you had a great season last year. You're fitting very well here. What is the next step as you're trying to keep progressing?
Man, just how I attack the game, honestly. I feel like mine is a lot of off the field stuff. Just preparing better, working harder off the field, just getting myself ready to play for a whole season. So that'll be my thing.
Early on in your career, obviously there was the talk about the lack of TDs, and then at some point you broke that open. And every season since, over 3 consecutive seasons, you've had, you've upped it again.
Yeah.
Is that something you're focused on? That you think you can up it again this season?
I honestly don't care if I do it. Don't honestly. I just like playing football for real. So whatever they say, I'm gonna be out there playing regardless.
What do you notice is the biggest difference in Aiden from the end of last year till today?
Reps, familiarity, what is it, content or something like that? Like, he getting more reps, he getting better. He understands what to do out there. He's straight.
What are you seeing in that quarterback competition then between Aiden and Gardner?
They both want it. Honestly, like that's what you want. So at the end of the day, wherever the chips fall, we'll be straight.
How different is it though, catching the ball from those guys? How different is that ball?
It's still a football at the end of the day. I don't care who throw it, how it come to me. I got to catch it when it's in front of my face.
Talk about learning this new offense. I guess, how does it kind of suit you and what you want to do, and maybe what adjustments do you have to make to kind of fit the offense?
Ooh, that's a tough one, honestly. I mean, I'm still trying to get used to it, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there, but that's probably a question you'll have to ask me in like a month or so I can let you know.
You mentioned that there's been growing pains. How do you just, set that aside in your mind that there are going to be the growing pains? It might not look always great out there on the practice field, but it is part of the process.
I mean, I feel like it's something I enjoy. Like it should be hard. It should be different. You know what I mean? If it wasn't, everybody would do it. And that's how you separate yourself. So I'm enjoying it.
Jakobi, what do you think about training camp in Costa Mesa? Are you glad to get a relief from the Vegas heat?
I ain't never been before, so I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, it's gonna be a good time. Be with the boys, beat up Trey Tucker a little bit. It'll be cool.
You guys had Brock Bowers this offseason. What's been your first impressions of him since his rookie coming in?
I like Brock a lot, man. He showed up ready. Like you could tell, he cared about football. He wanted to do everything right. Like he finished every time. That's a good player. I see why he had so much success at the last level.
You mentioned Trey. What have you seen in Trey's growth since his rookie year?
My boy Trey, he catching the ball better. He always been fast, so he might be a little bit slower. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell him I said that, but he really playing good football right now. I'm proud of him. Just the person he is off the field too. Like he show up every day and do his work.
Catching the ball better and maybe better footwork, is that just part of the game slowing down, in your opinion?
Or just same thing with Aiden, man. The more work he put in, the better he get at it. So like, he getting used to doing his job, what it feel like to be in here. And I could say that too, like the game's slowing down, but he attacking it head on for sure.
As a veteran, Jakobi, there's been talk about the NFL potentially going to an 18-game season, the Super Bowl stretching all the way to President's Day weekend. Your reaction to potentially having to do something like that?
Well, they're not going to take my money, so if they say we got to be there, I'm going to be there.
Jakobi, you know, the coaches talk about your skill set, saying you're one of the best route runners in the league, and you know, it looks like you got every ability you need to be a 1,000-plus receiver guy, but you never seem to worry about that, and a lot of receivers do. You know, why is that, Jakobi?
I'm just out here feeding my family, man, doing what I love to do. So 1,000 yards come, it's going to come. If it don't, I'll be back next year, hopefully.
What's the cohesion been like of this unit, this group, now that you guys have had a couple years to kind of work together with Trey, you, Devontae?
I love the boys, man. I love them. I love playing with them. Everything about being in that room, on that unit, like, it's been great. So hopefully it's showing the field this year.
Pretty much everybody that's been asked to name a starting five for a basketball team in the locker room has included you.
Yeah.
What is your game? What is your game on the court? And have you played with some of those guys?
We played a little bit. I just do what I got to do when I got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I fit in wherever. Whatever you need me to do, I'm going to make sure I do it.
Would you put yourself on the starting five?
Of course. Of course.
What position?
I'm probably go 2. I really want to sit in the corner and shoot it, but if they need me to play a little defense and dribble a little bit, I'll do that.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jakobi.
So I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you're sure. You can tell he wasn't right.
Well, yeah, but day-to-day is probably better than what I was expecting you to say.
But they did say torn, whatever this medial, I don't know what this is.
Who's this, Mark?
Porzingis.
No, that's
KP.
all stuff I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, this is foot.
But anytime you see torn, though, that to me says more than day-to-day.
Celtics.
I mean, you could just shoot that shit up and play if you really want to.
Yeah, you might,
That's probably what
that's basically what
Oh, hell.
Stockton's been doing.
Average height 80.
Interpreted data, right?
Right.
He's going to be playing.
70s.
They do everything right. They got 2 more games.
Yeah, there might be a few. Where's the
Better.
fucking beach? Sick and pina coladas. Right.
Yeah.
Max.
Why is it down to the beach?
Great small for the Chargers game a couple times.
Yeah.
They had first of all, they had
At least
he set up under a 10.
You're a Dodgers
Yeah,
guy,
that's
right?
cool.
This is in Costa Mesa?
How y'all doing?
Yeah, there we go. Nate, you guys bring back a whole bunch of starters, year 3 in Patrick Graham's system. Are you sensing that you guys are starting from a different place this year compared to years past?
Definitely. I think we're starting very fast. I think the communication is different. I think the playing speed is different. I think the mental level, intelligence of it is just different. I think we off to a very fast start.
How fun is it when you have a command and also have a connection with 10 other players on the field?
It's very fun. It's different. I feel like everybody wants to be out here, and believe it or not, it's the NFL. You think everybody be like, everybody like. Some people don't want to be in cold ass Buffalo. Some people don't want to be in Green Bay. Everybody wants to be here, and everybody has a respect level for each other.
Nate, a couple of days ago, Ricky Manning, your cornerbacks coach, said that you were the key to unlocking the defense at the nickel position. When you hear that, what does that mean to you?
I feel like it means it's year 4 for me, and for me, I'm the difference maker. It's a lot of difference makers on this team, but if I play at a high level, I'm just telling you what people tell me. When I play at a high level, people tend to follow. You know what I'm saying? I tend to ignite the defense. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Me saying that, I try to come out there and do the best I can every day for the team, but they telling me that. So other people telling me that, I just take that personal, and I feel like we just got a whole bunch of me's on the defense for real, fire starters, and shouts out to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do my part.
What has Ricky Manning brought to that room as the secondary coach now? What have you seen from him?
I think he brings a passion. I think he has a certain passion for the game and a young energy that you don't usually get to be around as a player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think being a coach has a level of experience to do with it, but I think he has that experience through him playing the game. He's actually played my position. So he has pointers and a perspective other coaches don't have.
Nate, there's a business side to the sport. You're going into the last year of your contract.
Yeah.
How much do you want to get that taken care of and be here for the long term?
I'm not really worried about that. I'm not thinking about that. I know if I play it's cliche, but I know if I play to the best of my ability and be the best me, everything I want will come if I work my ass off. You know what I'm saying? And be who I'm supposed to be for this team. So that's not really on my mind.
Could you talk about Jakobi Bennett? You know, all the God-given talent, just trying to get confidence and grow. He was a rookie. What do you see from him?
I don't like when people, say he's trying to get confidence. He's confident. You know what I'm saying? You in the NFL for a reason. Whether it looks like you got beat on the play and your confidence is down or not, that's how it looks to the outside world. I feel like he's a confident young man, you know what I'm saying? And he brings it every day. He just, some people need a little bit to get started. And once he gets started, he's a competitor. So he's confident to me, you know what I'm saying?
David, yourself personally, what do you think is the next step you need to take to go to the next level in your game?
I think my leadership and awareness. My mama always told me I'm the head and not the tail. I was never a guy where I wanted to be a quote-unquote leader. I just wanted to go out there and play and do my best. And me having that passion and swag and whatever else I bring to the game, it's naturally always put me in a position where I have to lead. So just stepping into it with 10 toes and embracing it. So, and just in that way.
You and Jack Jones seemed to develop a friendship pretty quickly when he came to the team. What was it about him that you guys were drawn to each other, and what was that dance you guys were doing out on the field today?
I can't even I think it was the old school but I feel like we got a lot of things in common, you know what I'm saying? I think he's a guy you could just tell, like, he goes against the grain a little bit. He's just a dog. Like, you can't never count him out. You can't never be like, he'll go toe to toe with anybody. He got that type of mentality. I feel like outside of football, we got kind of the same mentality. We both unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Just never know what they gonna do, but got a cool side to him. He just my dog for real, like, and a thorough dude. So I mess with him.
I guess the other guy in the mix is Brandon. What's Brandon bring to the squad?
Brandon Faison? Yeah. Big Face, I think the sky's the limit for him. I feel like people forget my rookie year in 2021, how he started the last half of the season and went man for man with every receiver who was a top-ranked receiver and shut him down, essentially. Like, once he gets in his bag, he's hard to stop. And he makes it very hard on the opposing team. You know what I'm saying? He's just a physical specimen, is what I call him. Great dude too. Great energy, great positivity. You know what I'm saying?
They talked about Jack, and he likes to talk and have fun. But how much quieter or different maybe is the room without a Meek around?
We definitely lost a star. Like, people I don't think they give him enough credit. Whether he's at the corner, nickel, he make his presence felt in the NFL at a high level. He's one of those dudes. He's one of them. Like, the Lions got to steal, if you ask me. Like, people say I'm among the best in the nickel position. I think he's one of those guys who's among the best, and he bringing a different type of energy. Like, just period. He got a different type of energy, different swag. Like I said, he one of them guys you can't never ever count him out. He been counted out so many times and came back stronger. So,
you talked about working on being more of a leader this year, but for the awareness piece, was that something that you were talking about on the field or off the field?
On the field. I feel like I'm pretty good with it, but I want to take that next step until elite. You know what I'm saying? Being able to know when the quarterback is trying to manipulate me, knowing exactly where I'm at on the field, what comes, really being a step ahead. All the great defensive players, they always, you like, how did he know that? Like, how did he know that ball was going there? Like, just feeling it and trusting it. You know what I'm saying? And putting the work in, studying, and all that. So.
From the defensive side of the ball, Nate, what are you seeing from that quarterback competition between Aiden and Gardner right now?
They going at it. Yeah. They going at it. AOC had a hell of a day today. He was throwing some balls. I forgot, you know, even as a teammate, I forgot he had in him. You know what I'm saying? And I know he got it in him, but he was just making it known again every day, like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to work for this job. And then Minshew, he got me today on 3rd and long. I know, like what you said, I knew they was trying to hide on me. Minshew at the top of the drop, gave me a little pump fake, and I broke on it. You know, most quarterbacks can't do that. They don't have that awareness. They don't have the poise. They don't have the, you know, they just trying to get the ball out 3rd down. He gave me top of the drop, pump, broke on the ball, high low, 1st down. So, and then he pointed at me after. That pissed me off. I done jumped on side and make play in my head. But it's a hell of a, it's going to be down to the wire. But I just think it breeds excellence. You know what I'm saying? Either each guy, it's no time for rest. You know what I'm saying? Bring the best out you. You got it.
Speaking of mixing it up between the offense and defense, seems like another new guy, Christian Wilkins, very vocal out there on you guys' side when he makes a play. What's it been like having him around?
Energy. Give the defense more energy. Give Max a chance to realize, like, he's elite, but it's still levels. You know what I'm saying? He still has to work it, which he's going to do. He's going to answer the door. He's going to answer the challenge every time, but he has somebody out there to challenge him. You know what I'm saying? Christian running to the ball, he's a freak of nature. He's 300-something pounds, first one to the ball. I've never seen nobody that size move like that flexible, that bendy, and he a pro for real. Like, he know his job. He does what he's supposed to do outside of the field. He talks everything. So.
There's been some talk about the NFL potentially going to an 18-game season, the Super Bowl stretching all the way to President's Day weekend. As a guy now entering his 4th season, can you imagine a season lasting that long, and what are your thoughts on it?
I feel like a couple people gonna feel like Jokic, like ready to go home, but at the, you know what I'm saying, being on the real, but it take what it takes. Like, the real champions are going to emerge, and the real mentally strong survive, and I know we got that on our team, so it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? President's Day and February all run into each other. To me, it's all the same. Like, yeah, I'm hearing now, it is what it is, so it is what it is, man. I know it's for entertainment. So, yeah.
You've been working a lot on special teams. What have you thought of the new kickoff rule, and what do you just how to execute it and get the best out of it?
I think it's crazy. I think it's wild for real. Like, I know it's safety though. It helps the safety and the longevity of the players, and that's something, you know, to commend from the NFLPA and everyone else who went into making that decision. But I think it sets up a lot of people to make a lot more money and make a lot more plays. Like the special team coach said, get your hands on the ball. Now you're gonna get your hands on the ball as a returner more than receivers. Down there like a running back. So.
Nate, what's it like from your end having a coach like Ricky Manning Jr., knowing that he had 3 interceptions in that NFC Championship game, and just the way that he has had that experience and is able to do
Damn, he had 3? I didn't know he got 3. That's crazy. For real.
It's a rookie.
That's crazy. But like I said, he brings a different type of energy that, you know, like, he's not just saying this just to say it. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to mix the player with the coaching. You know what I'm saying? And entertain those two and give us the best advice to really go make a play, not just the coach, because a lot of coach just the coach, just to be right, just to, you know, put you in the right position on the chalkboard or whatever. But I feel like he's coaching to help us make plays.
Not to put words in your mouth, but it sounds like with what you're saying, you kind of want to make that step from very, very good player to great player. I guess, why is that important to you, and what drives you to do that?
I always been a competitor. I always been a person that wanted to just be better. Like, I feel like I was never satisfied with playing good or being good. I'm like, all right, cool. I could be better. You know what I'm saying? And when you get people around like we have around in the building, and you look at a day, and you're like, damn, man, I ain't do what I was like. I don't feel like I'm competing like maybe Jack Jones is or JB or B-Face. It just, like, if you really hear it, if you really love this shit, you don't do it for the money. You do it because, like Ryan Clark talked today, he said you do it for selfish reasons. It sounds selfish, but like you do it because of that last name, for the pride of, you know what I'm saying? So that's what fuels me, like the pride of it, and just being like, that was a different dude. He was different. You know what I'm saying? At the highest level. So.
Any more?
Thank you.
Last one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, earlier this year, you had a lot of players advocating for the team to hire AP. He got hired. Now it's through OTAs, and now it's the first day of minicamp. Like, where's the vibe of this team, the buy-in of this team under AP?
I think we totally in. Hey, we trust AP because AP trusts us. As a player, that's one of the biggest things you could have from a coach, is that trust and that credibility and the belief. He believes in you. That almost makes you more, you know what I'm saying, like ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that breeds ultimate buy-in and confidence. And you got those two on the team, along with the hard working aspect of it, sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't know what year it was the Giants was in the Super Bowl, but they weren't supposed to be in the Super Bowl. But they had that type of team. I feel like AP was on that team. So, shit, I ain't even, you know, I just put that together quick. But just like that, so.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks,
Appreciate you.
Keep it up there. The delay. Oh, you can unplug like the audio.
Wait.